Just a normal day. Nothing really weird is gonna happen today. I mean, what weird thing could happen? Oh, Jesus! Zonic? Is that you? Yes, it's me, DB Zonic. And I have a little bone to pick with you. Why haven't you made a video? What do you mean? I've made a few already. Not those kind of videos, smart ass. I'm referring to the videos where a video about the new things that have been going all over the internet. Like what, for example? Like, you're not really making much sense here, buddy. Oh my god, DB's like, you know what I'm talking about. The Goku versus Saitama situation. You mean the one that's got TikTok in an entire giant baby hissy fit? Where everyone's just battling each other like it's a fucking war? Yes, that one. What about it? Clearly no one's ever going to agree to it, so what's the point in me even trying? Who the heck is even going to listen to me? Even if I post about it on TikTok, use the right tags, and use the right tags on YouTube, and I don't know, use a little bit of money to get advertisements to boost up further or whatever it takes, it's not going to make that much difference. Come on, dude, you did it last time. Yeah, when we had 2 seasons of One Punch Man and Saitama didn't seem to change that much. I mean, what much can change now? Come on, dude, have you not seen the new scans? Aren't you a little bit worried? What the hell should I be worried about? I mean, everyone who's reading all these things about Saitama and saying that, oh, he's now like this multiversal being, is like, dude, it's plainly obvious they're doing it just to try to piss off Dragon Ball fans. I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction of knowing they got my attention. Can you not at least address it to tell people how powerful Saitama really is? Because it seems like they're getting a lot of things wrong. Like what? Well, people believe he might be universal because potential is unlimited. That's a bit of a no limits fallacy in a way, in a sense. There, that's the only thing I can really attest to. There's not really anything special. Like I said, it's all just that, not special. Well, people are just saying random things because they can't fully read what's going on. But dude, they're saying he's like universal level or galaxy and all this shit. You gotta address this. Do I really have to address it? It's just nothing but artificial hype, dude. Nothing has changed. Goku is still better than Saitama. He always will be. There's not gonna be a point in time where Saitama catches up this fast. Unless some random bullshit happens where he magically becomes a fucking hyperversal powered being, then nothing really is gonna change. All he has now is a new technique that he's used one time, and he sneezed through Jupiter, and him and Garo destroyed a section of what looks like the observable galaxy. Wait, galaxy? That's not the universe? Well, if these people actually used any actual science, they would know that what we can view from Earth, which is where they're fighting very close to, which is Earth, what we see every time we look in the night sky is not the universe at all. We're actually only seeing our own galaxy, the Milky Way. That's it. Every single star we know about is from our galaxy. None of them are from any other galaxy. According to scientific deduction, we can't see past our own galaxy because of weird galactic gas or some. It's something to do with galactic gas, or the fact that our stars are so bright they block out the light from other stars from other galaxies, or they're just too far away for us to perceive. It's something weird, but basically you can't see the entirety of the universe from if you go out of space from Earth. It's not possible. All the stars you're seeing is within our galaxy. So there's that. Can you prove it? Do I really need to? Come on, DB Sonic. You haven't made a Who Would Win video in ages. You don't even need to make it a Who Would Win. You could just make it a, kind of a revamp or something. Just do it. Alright, little Sonic, I guess I'll do it. But you're gonna have to collect all the pictures. Already on it. That's my little friend. Well, I guess I'm doing this. This is not gonna end well for some reason, I reckon. Hey, what's up guys? It's DBSonic number 1 here. Now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to discuss it. Because, what else can I really do? I've not done a Who Would Win in ages, and I need to do something on it. It's been a while, so I might as well talk about it. So, the new manga chapter of One Punch Man has kind of circled almost the entire internet. Keyword being almost. Because even though I'm not really searched up, not many people on YouTube have really discussed it. A lot of people talk about TikTok, which is not surprising. There are a couple of small videos on YouTube Shorts, but I've never seen a full-length YouTube video discussing it. And it's funny as well, there's a lot of people try to say, oh, Saitama's unbeatable now, he's unstoppable, he's the most powerful character of fiction. As Saitama fans keep seeming to do for some insane reason, even though he's nowhere fucking close. It's funny that there are people on TikTok as well that have absolutely debunked this to funny, just the standards of just being hilarious. But I'm throwing my hat in the ring here, and I'm doing it on where the big boys do it, on YouTube, for longer videos. So here it is. Saitama vs. Goku, I guess. Or at the very least, just telling people how powerful Saitama really is. Okay, let's get into what seems to be some of the biggest controversies. People believe Saitama can consistently now travel back in time, and now he can go back to a point in time before he fought Goku and beat him in one punch. Yeah, here's the thing, people are kind of messing with that. The whole defeat everyone in one punch gimmick not only has been kind of debunked in his own world. That's a joke. That's from his world. Take Saitama out of his world, his joke power no longer works. I'm sorry, it doesn't. You think it can work in every world he travels through? No. Take a gag character out of their world where their jokes and rules apply to them, and guess what? It doesn't work. Literally put Saitama from his world into the world of Dragon Ball, his gag doesn't work. It'll be gone completely. He has to abide by the rules of Dragon Ball. Or hell, put him in a neutral world, and it still wouldn't work. And whatever gag Goku has, which he doesn't really have a gag, but if he did, it wouldn't work for him either. So yeah, the whole defeat in one punch gimmick doesn't work if he's outside of his own world. It only would work if Goku went to Saitama's world, because then Goku would be going by the rules of One Punch Man, but would it really work? Because it seems the more powerful being Saitama fights, the more difficult it is for him to defeat him in one punch. Seems a little bit silly to believe that now, doesn't it? Now, point number 2. The whole Saitama just continuously grows. Is he really continuously growing though? I feel like there's a little bit of something wrong with that sentence. Especially seeing how in the same chapter manga, only maybe a page or two later, Goro says He's losing his power. He says himself in the English translation, he is losing his power. His power is leaving him. He's going to turn back to being human. He's not going to have his cosmic power anymore. So, is Saitama really growing in power? Or is Goro just getting weaker? And that's why it seems like Saitama is growing in power, because Saitama has somehow managed not to use that much of his power. I feel like what I said makes a lot more sense. Think about it. How can you say, oh, my power is rising, but his is rising further, and then say, I'm losing my power? That doesn't work. Like that. Like, that's like Frieza saying, my power is rising, and then he gets his ass whooped, and then his power lowers. Now, I get it. Injuries can cause power levels to drop exponentially, but Goro said this only moments before he was losing his powers. Moments! This entire fight between him and Saitama could have happened within the span of 1 minute. We don't know how fast they were fighting. You could argue they were fighting faster than the speed of light, probably thousands of times faster, which, yes, is impressive. So the entire fight could have lasted less than a minute. But if all that is happening in the space of a minute, then I don't see it likely that his power is actually rising and then somehow it declines. That doesn't make any sense. For your power to truly be continuously rising, you can't lose it randomly. I mean, unless he sustained a very great injury from Saitama, which from the entire fight he didn't seem like he was getting that many. It's hate to say it, seems more like he was just exaggerating, and he now realizes, oh shit, I'm losing my power, and now he's growing higher than me, and that's why in the chart it shows Saitama's above him, because somehow for the entire fight Saitama didn't exert that much power as Goro did. Goro gained his cosmic power and used too much of it too fast and burned himself out, which is why Saitama is now currently above him. And why Saitama outlasted him. Now, I'll give credit where credit is due. Saitama is somehow learning Goro's technique, which I feel like both Goro and Saitama were doing, because Saitama was copying Goro, and Goro was doing it at the same time. Now, you could argue Saitama was the one to finally finish the technique, because Goro was running out of power and probably couldn't complete it, but Saitama saw it could. But it's weird how Saitama can complete a technique and he's learning from a guy who can't do it. That doesn't make sense. That's like someone trying to teach me how to do the one-inch punch, but they can't do it, and then somehow I managed to. That doesn't make a lick of sense. So that would imply Goro was helping out Saitama. Hell, even if you look at the little atoms picture, like the picture of like the atoms they use to bend space-time, it seems like there's some Goro atoms next to some Saitama ones, implying that both of them did this, not just Saitama. So this seemed like Goro's negative particle energy was interacting with Saitama's positive particle energy, causing a rip in the space-time continuum, causing them to go backwards in time. Sorry, but it seems more like the both of them did it rather than just Saitama. Because how are you going to learn a technique from someone who can't do it, and then you somehow can? It just doesn't make a lick of sense. You can't teach someone a technique if you're not able to do it. So there's another debunk. Saitama technically can't do it by himself. Nor can he do it continuously, because we haven't seen didn't be able to do it by himself or continuously, so people say he can do it over and over, like it's a brand new technique he can just spam. It's complete nonsense. So stop saying it, please. You're embarrassing yourself. And now finally, when both of them collide each other in the middle of space, and cause a lot of stars to be gone. Like there's a giant hole in what looks like not the observable universe as people keep believing, is the observable galaxy. Hate to break it to you guys, but oh boy. That's not galaxy level, there's fate in this picture panel. In fact, let me give you a brief example why it probably never will be that level that you believe. It's not galaxy level, it's actually less. So let me explain in a way that you guys will understand. Okay, as you can see, I have sized this picture. It is currently 1000 long by 1000 wide, and I made a secondary picture putting it side by side. So, knowing this, what do we get out of this? So, might take some small editing, but how about we just take this nice section of stars here, copy that, oh sorry, copy that, and we can just paste this. How about we cover as much as we can of this section. In fact, let's cover everything that is not text and not Earth. Okay. Well, practically covered everything I could. So, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is more accurately, well, somewhat, what the observable galaxy would look like for Saitama. Yep, this is what it would look like. This is not the observable universe, this is the galaxy. And I know I probably ruined the entire manga doing this, but yeah, this is how it would look, trying to give a more accurate depiction of all the stars that would be available, get rid of all the text that are hiding some of them, get rid and everything else. So does this circle match up? Well, let's see, shall we? Oops. Well, that's not gonna work, is it? Use this gray circle. Make the lines way thicker so I can fucking see it. Okay, so this rough outline here. That. Yep. There is roughly what the circle looks like. Probably looks a little more circular than this oval shape, but yeah. So let's see how many of these takes to cover all this. All this excluding Earth because, well, Earth is obviously blocking a lot of stars, which I probably could cover to give a more accurate depiction. But let's see what all this compares to. So let's see how many of these it takes, shall we? Well, if we take the circles. Oh, would you look at that? It would almost roughly take about 90 circles to take away what looks a little bit more like, well, sadly, maybe 90 to 10% to 80% of this entire picture. Meaning only one teeny tiny problem, ladies and gents. This circle right here is only about maybe 10% of the rest of this picture. Earth is obviously blocking the rest, but you can get a rough estimate from what I've shown you. This is 10% of the entire galaxy. So you know what this means? It means, sadly, Saitama is not galaxy level. If that picture that I made and customized a bit to give a more accurate representation of our observable galaxy, he destroyed maybe about 10% of all stars in our galaxy, which is admirable. That's not a small feat to overlook. But, tell me, do you know how many stars are in the Milky Way alone? Just our galaxy, the Milky Way. That's literally the name of our Milky Way. Do you know how many stars are in there? Do you? If you want to use actual science to prove Saitama is more powerful than Goku? Let's see. How many stars in the Milky Way? Literally, right here, which I'll show a better picture of in a second. Whoops. That didn't work. Google says itself, 100,000 million stars. I don't even know how that works. 100,000 million? I don't even know how that can work. Like, if we do another Google search, we can ask how many zeros are in 100,000 million. Apparently 8, unless I put this in wrong. I don't fully know what Google means by 100,000 million. It could be something just short of a billion. Like 100 is 1 with 2 zeros, 1,000 is 3 zeros. Sorry, there was a glitch in my camera. So using my trusty calculator here, using 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 zeros. Remember, a million is 6. A billion is 9. Remember, 9 zeros is a billion. That's what 100,000 million would look like. 100,000 million. It's basically 100 billion. That's what it basically is. 100 billion stars. 100 billion stars. And if we were to find out 10, and I literally mean 10% Literally, divide by 10. Which for some reason is not working. You know what 10% of this number would be? 100 billion? You just take away another 0. That's 10 billion. 10 billion stars. Very admirable. But not galaxy level. You heard me correctly, folks. From what I managed to calculate, from what I managed to edit and show you guys, Saitama is not galaxy level, as people believe. There might be a galaxy out there that's only 10 billion stars. There might be somewhere out there where he could destroy that galaxy, but can he destroy the Milky Way, which is the galaxy he's fighting inside of? Because he's clearly near Earth, and Earth is in the Milky Way. And this is clearly a scan of the observable galaxy, not the observable universe. If it was the observable universe, the picture would be a lot bigger, or we would see a lot of spirals. We're seeing just a big canvas of white dots and blackness. That's the observable galaxy. If we want to see the entire universe, we would be seeing spirals to represent all the galaxies. Which means they're fighting within the middle of the solar system, or between solar systems. So yeah, Saitama's big fat juicy number, which funny enough is not all him. Half of that was Garo. So, oh boy. Do you know what that is? Do you know what half of 10 billion is? It's 5. 5 billion. Saitama's biggest number of destroying stars, all by himself. With somehow nothing to clash on, which I don't know if that will work or not, but it's 5 billion. So he's not even 10%. Because you have to halve it, because it was Garo and Saitama that did it. Not just Saitama, both of them. Garo and Saitama. So you know what that means? Saitama only did half the effort. Similar to how people are trying to argue about the effort between Goku and Beerus in their universal, in their not universal clash, multiversal clash. Yeah. So Saitama can only destroy 5% of our entire galaxy, which has 100 billion stars. 5%. 5 billion. Admirable. But is he galaxy level? No. Not even close. 5%. Do you know there's 95% left in the entire thing if he was destroyed by himself? 95%. And Goku, shit you not, was fighting Kid Buu as Super Saiyan 3. And Kid Buu had a statement of possibly being as strong, if not stronger, than Buhan, who was argued to be a universal level being. Universal. Kid Buu was possibly universal. And Goku was fighting, even though he wasn't winning, he was fighting pretty much on par at Super Saiyan 3. Possibly meaning he was universal. Which might actually help with trying to figure out how powerful the Super Saiyan God transformation is, because we don't know how powerful it really is. We just don't know. It could be anything at this point. But even if Goku is not universal and is only galaxy level like Buu is consistently said to be, that makes Goku quite literally 95 to, or if we want to be nice, 90% more powerful, or quite literally 90 times strong, about 9 times stronger. End of Z, Goku can destroy 9 times more than Saitama. Even if Saitama could destroy 10% by himself, which I very freaking doubt, Goku at the end of Z, or hell, just at the end of the Buu arc, Not even the end of Z. Forget end of Z, because he could be way more powerful, because that's 10 fucking extra years of training. End of Buu arc, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who could very well be Galaxy to Galaxy Plus level, is 9 times stronger than this apparently all-out Saitama. Congratulations, Saitama fans. Saitama is now officially multi-star level. I don't even know if I can even call him low galactic level. I don't think I can. I just don't. I don't think I can call him low galactic level. To me, if you want to be considered low galactic level, you have to get to at least 25%, and then you could be considered low galactic. Because if you can destroy 25% with a single punch, and then do it again with another one, like put in effort every single punch, and that will take him 4 punches to destroy the entirety of the galaxy, fair enough. You could be considered low galaxy level to near galactic level with that level of power. But seeing that Saitama is maybe at a maximum rank of only 10%, you know, I just literally gave you the mathematics that he's only 5%, if not, maybe 6%. Maybe 6%. Maybe. And that's me trying to be generous here. Saitama is not close to galaxy level. Nowhere near. So I don't know where anyone is trying to get this galaxy level nonsense from. This is why I don't use versus Battle Wiki. It's absolute nonsense. Just use regular deduction, actual scientific deduction here. Since that's what everyone seems to do, or at least try to do, with versus Battle Wiki, or in any debate, when it comes to Saitama, they try to use science to prove it. He's not Galaxy. At the very least, he is at the very pinnacle of high solar system level. Probably, maybe not the exact level of high, but like he's like there. Like if he is in the range of high solar system level. Congratulations, One Punch Man fans and fans of Saitama. Saitama and Goro are more powerful than Cell. And possibly Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Are they more powerful than Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Vegeta? Probably not. Probably not. Because think about this. If Super Saiyan 3 Goku was Galaxy level, same as Buu, because they were fighting on par with each other, even if Buu was a bit stronger. Think about this. From Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3 is only 4 times stronger. So divide Galaxy level by 4 times. Do you know what that is? If you were to divide it into 4 sections, do you know? 25%. Goku would be low, because Goku with Super Saiyan 2 would still be considered low galactic level. I would be funny enough. If Saitama is still only 5%, Goku would be still 5 times stronger. Well, lower it down to Super Saiyan 1? That's only 2. What's half of 25? Whoa, what would you look at that? It's 12.5. 12.5. And if Saitama is somehow managing to be 6%, Goku is still over 2 times stronger and Super Saiyan 1 in the Buu arc. And you guys honestly thought he's beating current multiversal 6 to 7 dimensional Goku? Come on! You cannot be serious. Like, please. Every Saitama fan that's on TikTok, or even the internet in general right now, please tell me this is just one giant joke. Please tell me you do this to just trying to piss off Dragon Ball fans that will get pissy. that you know will rage and be like, it's not true, shut up. Please, just admit you're doing that. Please. Because if you're not, if you actually believe he is somehow more powerful than current Goku, you are absolutely embarrassing yourself. Like, oh god. Why? Just why? I don't even think I need to do the rest. People try to say Saitama has immeasurable speed because of that time travel feat. That was a technique, not a feat of movement. In fact, Saitama wasn't even moving. He did this weird technique where his hands are in this position, almost like he's trying to do like the dragon stance, and using positive and negative atoms somehow made himself go backwards in time to when he was fighting Goro, and he punched Goro at a point where he previously punched him, and it ended the fight because that Saitama was somehow stronger than... Okay, that's a confusing thing. That I feel like the anime writer kind of maybe missed out on how... I forgot how time travel worked. If he went backwards in time, at the current state he was, which even if he was at his maximum potential, he took a lot of injuries and would be probably kind of weak at that point in time. Even if Goro said, oh, you've not lost any energy, which could be true, but are we really going to say that he's not losing some amount of stamina whatsoever? I don't know. He went back into a point in time where Goro wasn't weak. In fact, when Goro was probably at his peak of his power, where he was like just absolutely soaring with power and beating the crap out of Saitama with it. He goes back in time to a point where he's much stronger and not losing power, and Saitama hits him again and somehow wins. Is it because Saitama's at his maximum? And that's how he wins? Because his maximum is stronger than Goro's maximum? If so, then, okay, fair enough, that makes sense. If not, it doesn't make a lick of sense. Wouldn't Saitama want to go further into the future when Goro's even weaker and then punch him? I'm just confused. Like, does the time travel make his punch stronger? I have no idea. So yeah, that's a technique, not a movement. In fact, Saitama barely moves at all. The other time he moves is when he ends up going back inside of himself through time travel, which that's also not how time travel works, and hits Goro. Like, he time travels back in time without Goro and meets past Goro. Somehow his mind and body goes back into a previous version of himself, hits to a point where he punched him in the face, and this time the punch didn't just move him back, it knocked him out. I find that confusing as all hell. Like, were they trying to do some kind of weird Flash moment where, oh, only one Saitama can exist throughout time? Which is funny because that's not even happened with Flash. Flash has run back in time many times and seen himself. So, what? Is there no multiverse theory in One Punch Man? Is there only one timeline no matter what happens to the time stream? If so, then okay, fair enough. But if there is a multiverse theory, then why does Saitama not see himself? Why is there not two Saitamas? Am I the only one feeling questionable? And if there is no multiverse theory and no multiverse stuff in the world of One Punch Man, Saitama's never going to get to Goku's level. Because Goku lives in a multiverse. In fact, he lives in a multiverse that's stuck within a multiverse that's in like an infinite-sized cosmos. Do you not see how many levels above Goku is? What kind of world he lives in and the amount of crazy shit he's done? I literally just put right now, current Saitama, with all his physical abilities, even if he can do the travel back in time malarkey, which I don't know if he'll be able to continuously do because he's only done it once. And as far as I can tell, Saitama's not very good at picking up new tricks. He's not Goku. Goku's... Sorry, as I was saying, Goku's biggest ability is that he can copy any and all techniques that he comes across. It doesn't matter if they're martial arts or energy based. Goku can copy almost anything. He just has to witness it, see how it, kind of know how it works, and then copies it. I mean, hell, Goku never technically knew how to do the structure of this unless you consider movie Goku canon. And then Goku copies what Krillin did to him a previous day or so before the Tournament of Power. And he used it on Jiren. Like, that's ingenious. Like, what part of this do you not understand? Saitama is not known for picking up martial arts. In fact, he's barely even considered a martial artist. He just throws a punch, does a multi-punch, and maybe does an uppercut or two. That's it. He's just a basic boxer. He barely even kicks, barely even does anything good. Goku is a master martial artist with over billions of years worth of experience passed down from other masters. Literally billions of years. He learned from King Kai, who's billions of years old. He learned from Beerus and Whis. Both over billions of years old. He trained with Kami, who was thousands of years old. Korin, hundreds. Roshi, good 150 so years. Goku was trained with a lot of people. Even another angel named Beerus, who was also billions of years old. That's a lot of experience passed down to one guy. And he's learned and absorbed all of his knowledge in that brain of his. So no matter what Saitama throws at Goku, he will be ready. Even if it's only Buu Arc Goku. This Saitama, even with his weird time travel wibbly wobbly nonsense, Saitama, even if Saitama could, who's to say he can do it? He can do it accurately. Like, what he did was basically a fluke. It wasn't controlled, he didn't know what he was doing, he was not in control, he just copied the ability, Goro was teaching him, Soma went back in time and went back to a point in time where he was already fighting. Meaning if Saitama did the same thing while fighting Goku, imagine this, he goes back in time to a point where he's about to punch Goku, or somehow, I don't even know what happened, did Saitama regain control of his past body and instead of letting Goro punch him, he punched him instead? Like, is that what happened? I don't know. I'm confused about it. It makes no sense. But if Saitama somehow did that to Goku, guess what? Goku will see the punch coming and hit him instead. It doesn't matter how fast you think Saitama is. Even if Saitama was going thousands to near millions of times the speed of light when fighting Goro, guess what? Goku has gotten much faster before he even fought Buu. In fact, when he was fighting Cell, he was going insanely fucking fast. Insanely fucking fast. And fighting Buu, only faster did he get. In fact, he honed the Super Saiyan to a new level. Then he had Super Saiyan 2 doubling, Super Saiyan 3 quadrupling that. Do you see how much more faster he is? 7 years worth of hardcore training made him unbelievably fast, and he possibly already is faster from the Cell arc, which is funny because Cell arc Goku would, funny enough in terms of power, Cell arc Goku in terms of power would not be able to match this current Saitama because he actually would be more powerful. But in terms of speed, they could be comparable. But Buu arc Goku, much faster! I'm sorry, but Buu Arc Dragon Ball Z Goku is stronger, faster, and more powerful than current Saitama. There is literally no way to argue about it. I'm sorry, it's over. I could go into all the other nonsense, but I just proved the biggest points. Even if Saitama is more regularly intelligent, he's not battle intelligent. Goku has many years of experience and is a way more battle intelligent fighter. So we have someone who's stronger, faster, more powerful, more battle intelligent, has more techniques, more years of experience, and is possibly, and at the max, his maximum is galaxy level, and at his lowest, as Super Saiyan 1, it's still low galaxy to being above galaxy solar system plus, to being above plus high solar system level. That's just it. So there we go, folks. ID Design number 1 have shown you the proof, done all the calculations and all the logical thinking, and I'm sorry. Saitama still can't beat Goku. Current Saitama cannot beat current Goku. It's just never gonna happen. Especially if somehow the multiverse theory is not a thing in the world of One Punch Man. Because if Saitama truly traveled back in time, there would be 2 Saitamas. But somehow he ended up back in his previous body, back in time, which that's not how time travel worked. If I travel back in time, there would be 2 me's. I can't go back to my previous head. That would be going back through my memories, not going back in time. In fact, at the beginning, I think that's what the technique did. Instead of actual time travel, it pulled an X-Men Days of Future Past and just sent them back in time, back through the time in memory form. And now, now that their future memories in their previous memory, they now can do something different in the past that ultimately will affect the future. Unless that's what the technique did, it pulled up X-Men logic of time travel, then... well then that's... I'm sorry, that's just it. Yes, time... Either A, there's no multiverse theory inside Thomas' world, which is why when he traveled back in time, he was still himself. Or B, his technique follows the X-Men Days of Future Past logic of time travel, with Kat's time travel, mind's going back through time logic. Like her ability to send your future brain back into a previous time in your life. Unless that's what Saitama's technique did, and ultimately changed the course of the entire fight with him and Garo, we will never know. Either A, there's no multiverse, or B, there is a multiverse, but Saitama did a technique where in some extent didn't affect it, which, if he did this technique where he goes back in time through his memory, he would still create an alternate timeline and would still be a Saitama standing there doing this in front of Garo. There would still be 2 Saitamas. Did they not realize this? That multiverse theory does not get rid of one different timeline. That timeline still is going to exist. Back to the Future even says this. The good future for Marty, the future Marty returned to is different from the one he came from. And he can't go back to the one he originally came from because everything has changed now. He is completely out of that universe, and as far as we are aware, for the original universe Marty McFly is from, he can't go back there, and they're missing a child. I'm sorry. There's a lot of confusion. There's either 2 Saitamas, or somehow butterfly effect multiverse theory doesn't work in the One Punch Man world. And if multiverse theory is not a thing in One Punch Man world, Saitama's never gonna get to Goku's current level. And for all you haters out there who think Goku is not multiversal, yes, you do realize that fighting something that's on that level, and has been proven to be on that level, makes you on that level. For example, if I fight a creature that can destroy an entire mountain and I win, like if I fight him brute strength for brute strength, and I win, I'm mountain level. That's how it works. Like if I match it raw power for raw power, then I'm also mountain level. Even just because I don't break the mountain doesn't mean I can't. Because I beat the creature that broke the mountain. That's the same logic with Goku and anyone he faces when he fought against Cell. Solar system level being, Goku was near solar system. Fighting Boo, galaxy level being. Fought him evenly, Goku's galaxy level. Beerus, multiversal being. Goku fought him to a standstill. Goku's multiversal. And he got stronger and stronger from every other person he fought. All the training that made him stronger and stronger. And you do realize training is a thing in the world of Dragon Ball, right? Like training multiplies. He obviously gets stronger. It's not like he stays the same strength from his fight with Beerus until he fights Hit, right? He gets stronger. You do realize that, right? Because he's training with Whis. Learns a new transformation. And perfects his skills. You do realize he gets stronger, right? Or is something missing? Like, did someone not inform you that that's how it works? For everyone who believes Goku is not multiversal, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You're just wrong. Just accept it. Just please stop whining about it. If you can all somehow randomly believe Saitama is somehow universal, then why not Goku? Are you that mad that he's that strong that you rather refuse he's that strong and believe someone else is stronger than just accept that he's that strong? Is that it? Like, I'm not saying this to be biased. I like Saitama. I like him a lot. But it's just a pure fact. He's not on Goku's level. But here is something I want to bring up. Even though I've done all of this, and definitively prove Saitama cannot even beat Buu or Goku. Question me this. Doesn't matter. And being honest, doesn't matter who's better. Really. What does it accomplish? That you're somehow correct? That all this research you wasted hours and probably even days on to figure out, it proves that you're right against a bunch of other people? If you want to prove you're better than someone, do something that's worthwhile. Like, invent something, or make money. Do something that will actually benefit you and prove that you have done something. If you're doing this to prove you're better than other people who do debates, then is there any point? Is there really any point? It's just a debate. It's just arguing between creatures that aren't even real. You do realize these people are not real, right? So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Yes, again, we get excited. We love these characters. They're a big influence in our lives, and we want to know who would win. It's a big question. You know, people ask that about real people, like, who would win between Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali if they were both in their 20s? Like, if they were both in their prime, who would beat the crap out of who? Oh, we wonder this stuff because these guys are so legendary. They're so cool. Well, they've had such an impact on media and our lives. But here's a message I gotta say. Do you really want to live your life dictated by media? Or would you rather live your life dictated by what you want? By what you wish to be? What is the message of Saitama and Goku? Train hard, become great. That's both their message. So why are you not doing that? I see a lot of people that do these sort of debates. Some of them are in good shape, some are not. Some people are very unhealthy looking, like they are quite, I don't like to use this word, but quite obese. Maybe some are not obese, maybe some are just pudgy or big bones. Like, I get it, sometimes heavy weight is hereditary, it can be a genetic disorder, but that doesn't mean you can't get rid of it. It's not impossible. Maybe you should focus less on who these characters are better than and focus on the message they're trying to bring towards you. Train hard, become better. And that's exactly what happened. Goku has just trained longer and harder than Saitama, and he's just better. That's just how it is. But does it matter, really? I mean, we're comparing two fictional characters. Does it really matter? It would probably matter if they were real, and the fate of the entire universe was at stake. But same. In a way, I've grown a weird sense of maturity and seen that doing this is kind of silly and somewhat ridiculous. I love debating, trust me, I love it. I love finding out who wins, but getting to the point where we call each other so many horrible names and just laughing at each other's stupidities because we think each other are stupid. It gets to a point where you just wonder yourself, am I really living my life the way I expected to? Sit down and really think about what you've done. You spent probably a few hours or your entire day arguing with someone over something that probably will never be important. Is that really something you want to do? And this is one of the main reasons I think I've kind of fallen off debating and arguing on social media, because I'm like, is it really worth it? Sometimes I'll have my weak moments and I'll be Mr. Goku's better. Stop saying he's not because you don't like him. Sometimes I will be like that. Sometimes I have my weak moments. We all will. What really matters is that we learn, and maybe we'll become better from it. We can't all stay the way we are. We have to grow up. We have to become better. We have to try harder. Because that's what both Goku and Saitama would want. For you to become better. Be the best you can be. Train hard. Become great. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please consider leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribing to my channel, clicking the notification bell so you're aware of every upload, joining to become a member of my channel, and just in general follow me on all my social media. With that being said, stay awesome. As always, I Dragon Fist. Oh wait, so the answer of who will win between current Goku and current Saitama? The answer is Goku. I Dragon Fist. Hiya!
It doesn't matter now what happens. I will never give up the fight. Long as the voice inside drives me to run and fight. It doesn't matter who is wrong and who is